Joined right now on the Fan Hotline by Jason Mackey of 93.7 The Fan and a columnist, of course, for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Jason, good morning to you today. How are you? Hi, Jason.
Jason?
How's it going, Jason? Pleasure to talk to you as always, Jason.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Jason went to Westminster College, and he's very tall. These are things we know about Jason. How are you, buddy? He can't hear us. Let's try it again.
There's something.
Figure it out back there, Cal. Something going on. I don't blame you. I'm just saying you are the guy who has to figure it out. Jason tweeted out just prior to him coming on here that this is his favorite time of the week when he joins us.
I love that.
He texted me after our segment last week and said this is his favorite of the week.
We're his favorite.
Well, I just wonder, is everything else going okay in his life? We could be his favorite radio segment. Of that, I have no doubt. But it shouldn't be his favorite time of the week. You got a wife and kids, Jason. Wouldn't you rather be with them than hanging out with us?
Well, it is early in the morning.
That's true.
I don't know.
Me neither.
Positive.
And I'm just trying to kill time before we get Jason back on the air.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, who covered the Penguins for a long time, he'll have some opinions on what's going on over there at the PPG Paints Arena. And now Callis is talking to Mackey on his cell phone. A lot of good that does. Perhaps we just call him on the studio line and forget the video thing. How about that? Tweet us, brought to you by South Hills Kia, Peters Township. Visit them at southhillskia.net. It is 8:05. Time to make the call to the Buell Insurance Agency. Get help with those premiums at 724-443-5601. We had people texting in because we were talking about matchups we're already looking forward to in this Ravens-Steelers game. And how about game on the line, potentially division on the line, 4th and goal, Derrick Henry gets the carry, and it's a Landon Roberts who meets him in the hole for the fate of the entire universe.
That would be fantastic.
Now, that is old school AFC North football right there.
Like Spillane did.
Yes.
Hurt.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that was one of the few bright spots of that season for the Steelers. Jason, we got you now.
I'm here, man. I don't know what was going on there. I had the same issues on Sunday in Washington, but Harry Callis figured it out. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Callis, for fixing that. Oh, you're welcome, Crowley.
Yes, thank you, Callis, for fixing that. It does seem like a Jason issue. All right, Mackey. Penguins, a total disaster. First time in the franchise's history, they give up 6 goals in an opening frame at home. And I would imagine that with the attendance dwindling, and my God, it is, the Fenway Sports Group, the powers that be, have to at least consider making a change at head coach, don't they? I'm not sure it's all his fault, but you got to do something. You got to pack the barn, and they're not doing that.
I know. I don't know how they're not, Adam. Watching that last night, here's where it breaks down for me. Friday night in Washington, they were excellent. They sort of saw a recipe right there. They can't repeat it. They either can't, won't, don't want to. I don't know. Whatever it is, that it factor that sort of brings people together, that you have guys on a team, and I'm not even talking about just hockey, playing for a guy, that is lacking. That is severely lacking with the Penguins right now. And if you're FSG, you have to see it. He's the second longest tenured coach in the NHL. The NHL, more than any other sport, they just churn through coaches. And I don't know how you keep doing this. I could not have more respect for Mike Sullivan. He'll get a job whenever he's ready to work again. He's a great coach. But every coach runs his course, runs her course, and that has happened here. That FSG does not want to see it is solely their choice. I don't understand what they're doing.
Jason, do you ever question this team's effort at times?
I don't know. I hate doing that because they're professional athletes, and if somebody would question my effort as a journalist, I'd chafe at that. I know it doesn't look great. I know the execution lacks. I know that, the details associated with how they play. You even saw them last night, like Ryan Graves defending, getting turned around. Some of what Erik Karlsson has done. So, diligence, maybe that's a better word, how you handle the puck, how smart you are. I think that's an effort thing. I don't want to say they're not trying because I think they are, but work smarter, not harder.
More detailed, maybe?
Yeah. They're not a smart or detailed team. I think that's a fair criticism. I think we can see that. But like to say they're not trying or they don't care, like I think that's an unfair criticism, and I think that's why people hate members of the media because they say stuff like that. I don't want to do that, but yeah, I mean that they need to clean a lot of aspects of their game up. That's fair.
The thing that's most troubling to me is how quickly they seemingly buckle at the first sign of trouble. I mean, if they're up by 2 goals in the third and allow one, you know the collapse is coming. They allow a couple of goals early, and you just know they're not going to battle back because they say, oh, here we go again. And to me, I don't know how that doesn't fall on the coach. And I can't say it follows on the captaincy because Sidney Crosby's, well, he's above reproach. But I just think when you collapse consistently at the first sign of trouble, that comes from the top on down.
Yeah, I mean, there's just gameplay stuff that they don't handle well, right, Adam? Like, third period with a lead, there are certain decisions that you make that you're maybe not going to make if it's the first or second period and you're chasing a goal or two. Like, you just need to be more situationally aware and responsible, and they do not do a great job of that. I also think about when they score, you need to protect that momentum. Those are times where, like, it's not great to take a chance. You don't want to give up a goal 35 seconds after you score. The Penguins have done that a lot, especially lately under Mike Sullivan. And again, I wrote this a little bit, and I was feeling this thinking, leaving the arena last night, like, this isn't a game or hockey anymore. This isn't how you play with the puck in your own zone or something. This is just a bigger picture direction of the team, what you're selling to fans. And I mean, they are veering into selling complacency to their fans by not doing anything. That's what this is. And so, yeah, that's one of many things I don't understand with this club right now.
Jason, we'll get a clearer answer on Sunday, but as we sit here today, do you think the Steelers are better than the Ravens?
I do. And, I see Crowley raising his hand. Was this a debate?
I think I'm happy to hear you give the answer because I think you're a very smart man, and I think it's obvious. I mean, I do. I think it's obvious, but
I don't know about that.
I think it's
right.
I think it's obvious, and I don't think a lot of people share that opinion. They can't play defense at all. They
also have a guy that's about to be the 3-time NFL MVP.
Yes,
and the best running back in the league. I don't think it's obvious at all, but the reason I say that, Dorn, is just because of defensively, I think the Steelers are a better team, and I feel better about that situation. And with Russell Wilson at quarterback, like if you bake the whole thing into a stew, like I think the Steelers come out on top, not by a lot, by any stretch. I don't think it's obvious. I mean, I look at Lamar Jackson and the way he's evolved this year, the way they've used Derrick Henry, and I mean, obviously the Steelers have not seen a test like this. So. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Steelers are a better team, but it is very, very marginal.
And Vegas would happen to disagree with me significantly as they have the Ravens as a 3.5-point favorite on the road at Acrisure Stadium, which should be a fervent crowd. Okay, so Steelers, Ravens, Sunday. Forget about that. Let's go big picture here for a second. Is it a complete and utter failure if the Steelers don't win not just one playoff game, but maybe now the way that they're playing a couple of playoff games and make a significant run at this thing?
I'm starting with one. I mean, I think it's a failure if they don't win one playoff game. I think we went into this thing. A lot of people were picking them, 8 wins, 9 wins. Now that we're sitting here with one playoff win, if you would have told people at the beginning of the season, look, they're going to win a playoff game, they're going to win 10-plus games, which I think are certainly attainable, nobody would have called that a failure. There's a bunch of stuff contained underneath that, but no, I don't think it's a failure if they don't make a run, at least not on like a gigantic level. Do I think they're capable? Yes. And so that's going to feel like a failure, and I think they have some important pieces in place. Like I look at what Russell Wilson has done, how he's brought alive George Pickens, what going forward you end up getting with Najee Harris, I don't know, but this is a competent offense that can score points. Obviously, we knew the defense was going to be very good. So I don't look at it as a failure. I think it's going to be disappointing because I think this team is capable of doing that.
Jason, this was very good. The technical difficulties, not so much, and we will judge you on them until you redeem yourself next Tuesday at 8 a.m.
It's a Jason problem. I see that.
That's right.
I'm going to have to fix the Jason problem, and I'm sorry, guys.
I'm going to text Abby, and I'm going to tell her to make you sleep on the couch tonight. Be a big-ass couch.
Fix my computer. Tell her to fix my computer. That would be more update, but
All right, buddy.
All right.
Appreciate your time
Thanks,
as
guys.
always. Thank
Later.
you.
Thanks, Jason.
Jason Mackey of the Post-Gazette. I really like that guy.